Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am so pumped you're here with us today. We are bringing that high-octane, primetime American sports broadcast energy to the pitch right now because honestly, the career we're looking at today absolutely demands it. We're going to unpack the completely unparalleled two-decade-plus soccer career of Cristiano Ronaldo, tracking his journey all the way up through mid-2026. We've got a killer slide deck lined up to break down the numbers, the hardware, and the sheer history of it all. Let's get into it.
All right, let's dive right into this staggering number right out of the gate. 6. That represents his record as the first men's player to score in 6 FIFA World Cups. I mean, just think about the physical and mental endurance required to maintain peak performance on the world's biggest stage every 4 years, all the way into the 2026 tournament. It's a masterclass in human discipline that extends way beyond the pitch. It perfectly sets the stage for our core theme today, an athletic longevity that we have quite literally never seen before in this sport.
Section 1. The man behind the legend, from Funchal to the world stage. To really appreciate the global icon, we've got to ground ourselves in his personal roots. Born on February 5th, 1985, in Funchal, Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro started out with incredibly humble beginnings on a small island. And while his career has taken him all over the map, his personal foundation remains key. Anchoring his stratospheric rise is his partner, Georgina Rodriguez, and his 5 kids, Cristiano Jr., Ava, Mateo, Alana Martina, and Bella Esmeralda. It's really this core foundation that's kept him grounded as his professional life just went totally stratospheric.
Section 2. A global club journey. 2 decades of dominance. Now, mapping out his career like this really reveals his sustained relevance across entirely different eras and global leagues. From his debut at Sporting CPE to that absolute star-making turn at Manchester United. Then you've got his legendary prime at Real Madrid, a super strategic move to Juventus in Italy, a triumphant return to Manchester, and finally completely shifting the global soccer paradigm by heading to Al Nassr in 2023. He didn't just stay in one comfortable spot, right? He conquered literally every environment he stepped into. And wherever he went on that timeline, team dominance instantly followed. Just look at these achievements. He secured multiple league titles in England, Spain, and Italy, proving he could adapt to the super physical Premier League, the highly technical Spanish La Liga, and the tactical Italian Serie A. Plus, he hoisted the UEFA Champions League trophy an astonishing 5 times. And during that 9-year run in Spain, he became Real Madrid's all-time top scorer, permanently etching his name into the history of arguably the most prestigious club in the world. And this right here brilliantly illustrates his individual peak during those club years. 5. That's the number of Ballon d'Or awards he's won. In soccer, this is the ultimate individual prize, recognizing the absolute best player on the planet. Winning just 1 is a career-defining dream for a pro. Winning 5, that shows a level of sustained elite performance that just completely separates him from the rest of the pack. So, we've seen the club dominance, the league titles, the Ballon d'Ors. But how does his international career actually compare? Because club success is one thing, but can you carry the weight of an entire nation on your shoulders? Let's take a quick breather to reset before we dive into exactly how he handled that kind of immense pressure. Section 3. Dominance on the international stage. Redefining the record books. For the longest time, the narrative was always that Portugal just couldn't win the big one. Well, Ronaldo changed that. He delivered major silverware for his country across multiple decades, leading them to the UEFA Euro 2016 championship. He followed that up by winning the inaugural UEFA Nations League in 2019. And then, completely defying age, he was right there to help Portugal lift the UEFA Nations League trophy again in 2025. So, the absolutely crucial point here is that he hasn't just participated internationally. He's completely rewritten the historical standards. He holds the all-time men's records for both international goals and appearances. Nobody in the entire history of men's international soccer has stepped onto the pitch more times for their country, and absolutely nobody has put the ball in the back of the net more often. It's wild. Section 4. Matches that defined greatness. Stepping up when it matters. If you want to talk about the clutch gene, look at these 2 massive Champions League finals. In 2008 against Chelsea, he scores this soaring header to help Manchester United claim the title. Fast forward to 2017, playing against a legendary Juventus defense, and he scores twice to secure another European crown for Real Madrid. He's cemented his status as the ultimate big game player for his clubs right here. And internationally, it's just as dramatic.
In the Euro 2016 final against host nation France, he suffered a heartbreaking early injury. But he famously stayed on the sidelines, essentially acting as an assistant coach, just willing his team to victory. Then, the 2018 World Cup against Spain. Down in the final minutes, the entire world is watching. He lines up a free kick and buries it, completing a stunning hat trick to salvage a 3-3 draw. I mean, that is pure cinematic magic. And all of this builds to his groundbreaking recent performances. Fast forward to the 2026 World Cup. Portugal 5-0 over Uzbekistan. Really think about that. 8 years after that magical hat trick against Spain in 2018, he's still out there on the World Cup stage in 2026, creating goals, making a huge impact, and driving his team forward. The gap in time between those two World Cup masterclasses, that's a whole career in itself for most players. Section 5. Ronaldo by the numbers, a statistical phenomenon. Over 1,300 official matches. Just let that sink in for a second. To reach 1,300 matches, you don't just need world-class talent. You need a relentless, almost superhuman dedication to physical fitness, recovery, and sheer stubborn endurance. 34-plus major trophies collected over his career. This just highlights his undeniable winning mentality. He didn't just play those 1,300 matches to rack up miles on the odometer. He played them to collect hardware. He brought a championship DNA into every single locker room he entered. And now for the absolute crescendo of this explainer. Over 970 official goals scored as of mid-2026. He's closing in on that mythical 1,000-goal mark. It's a metric so unbelievably high that it fundamentally changes how we even evaluate offensive production in the sport. Which leads us to our final slide, and a question I really want to leave you with today. Over 2 decades, from a teenager in Lisbon to a global icon dominating the 2026 World Cup, is this the greatest athletic longevity the sport of soccer will ever see? It's a staggering legacy, and the history books are going to be digesting these numbers for generations to come. Thank you so much for joining me today on The Explainer. Keep learning, keep asking those big questions, and I'll see you next time.